Peace, reflections. I am you, and you are I, universe. Eon, tapping in. Today is February 20th, 2026, within their man-made, Eurocentric, Gregorian calendars, within their man-made time spell. And as of today, marks my 22nd memorial of my initial solar return upon landing on the realm within this physical incarnation. I landed here in their year of 2004, February 20th, and I have merely been here for 22 years. I am not 22 years old. The real name of I, my soul name, the name that predates any name that comes from this realm or any other form of identification of me, is Eon. And within that very name, hints to my own self, a lineage within ancient existence, predating even what I can imagine. For it literally stands for eternity of now. For in my soul, there's something that tells me, even though I don't really claim it, because I'm still remembering myself. I hear bits and pieces of certain souls like Rashad Jamal and other of some of the more ancient souls that come back to the realm in the form of, your master teachers, a little bit more advanced than some of the souls here. They bring back pieces of information of the 23 scientists, really ancient souls, like basically really, really, really ancient souls that have been here. Not to say they're above the rest, because we're all reflections of each other, just they're what you see in the energetic signature of a lot of the master teachers that incarnate back in this realm that try to remind the masses. And that's all Yeshua was, Jesus. The real black God behind that white face. He was just one of many of my species who awaken within themselves and start to walk that divine path that Mother Universe starts to lead them on. And it's actually against this world. It's against this system. It's against the whole energy of the oppressive system here. So when you take on that responsibility, that divine mission, you're taking on the whole world, like you're fully already acknowledging what you're going to have to fight against. And so that's why I'm content with majority of the people around me in their current states of ignorance and lack of awareness, judging me without knowing that I'm merely just more tapped into the things that they're eventually going to get tapped into, because I started from the same state they did. Like, I only outgrew the boxes of consciousness that they're in. I didn't not live the same life you live. I ate the same foods. I went to the same churches. I went to the same school. I grew up in the same world. And I evolved way past it. And so that's why I stand in confidence in not my truth, but the truth. Because the whole point of this channel and calling it Eons of Truth, I am Eon. And I am an Eon of Eons, the original Eon of the whole emanation of the side of Eons against Archons. My soul is the blueprint of all eons after me. I am the embodiment of Eon. There are eons, but I am Eon itself. So I am the war cry for all goodness against evil on a spiritual, energetic level, merely having reincarnated into physical matter, and I just had to reawaken, because I fell in a slumber state when I reincarnated here, and I knew that was going to happen. All the souls that come here, unless you're a very, very, very powerful soul that has such high dark matter energy, you can remember all your memories from and they came, because some souls, your dark matter energy is so high, and they can pick this up in the hospital. That's why they really try to make it to where all our babies are born in the hospital, blacks, Latinos, because they need to monitor your dark matter energy levels, and then they fill you with nanobot technology, they fill you with vaccines, they instantly inject you with all these things to suppress your natural God genetics as a so-called black and Latino, right? Because you naturally have the connection to the cosmos, to the sun, to the planet, to all these Akashic records, to these divine cosmic energies, to these meta-human X-gene type level superhero abilities, literally. It's locked dormant in our genetics, but we literally have the ability to control the elements, communicate with everything around us. Even on an energetic level, even in the science of energy, just our auras and energy can mold and change the whole world around us. The thoughts we put out, the energy we carry, when we start to feel good and vibrate and wake ourselves up, and if there was never a government or a people to suppress it, then we would start to rub off on all the people around us, give them good energy. They would start to remember themselves, feel good, start to chase their natural talents and attract the life of abundance. But this is why they do so much to knock us down and keep everything on a low energy. Right? But so within all this being said, and I'm just channeling, this has been the divine awakening for a while now. It started in 2020, but this is just a process of the initial incoming of the energy, the unraveling of the system, and it's not running on time. It's just as things are taking place, you see things breaking down more and more around you, and people returning to nature more and more. It's an energetic thing. Those who are being called to heal and tap into themselves are tapping into themselves deeper than ever before. They're being led by divine energies that are leading them to the divine lives they deserve, pulling away from the masses who are going to self-destruct and lead themselves off a cliff. And then you got the ones who are following the same system that got them sick. So it's two different worlds. Those who are healing and those who fight to stay diseased. Those who fight to keep taking the very thing that's making them sick. And will fight any outside energy that comes to awaken them to their own suffering. But then most of those people will cry in those states of suffering when it's at its strongest, when they're hurting the most. They'll cry and swear they want God or something to come help them. But then if God actually came in to help them, they attack it without even realizing it. God is nature above all. God starts with nature. All this around us was made by man, and you're trusting man and his ego. God is nature. Humble yourself. And God isn't a white man in the sky. Most people don't actually want to heal. God gave us all the things we need to heal right out there in nature. They call it fruits, plants, herbs. It has the natural design within your body. Most of these herbs are literally shaped after different organs in our body, and they'll even heal that very organ. That's how down to the nitty gritty in the beautiful design of everything, of how it was blueprinted and encoded. But instead of going and tapping into the natural things that exist right there for us, we're following man in this system. And it's not even our fault because we're born in an ignorant state. We're born with a lack of awareness, and they just keep us from ever connecting to the world outside, around us. They keep us in that box state of consciousness. Like you're born, most of us are born in a hospital, born in a house. All they have to do is never let you go out in nature in the full way you were supposed to. Regulate all the thoughts that come into your environment. Keep you in a box state of consciousness, literally. And they only funnel the information they want you to know through their schools, through what they tell you of how life works. That's how you can control someone, literally. You control what exists in their environment. And then if everyone around you has the same level of awareness and there's no new information coming in, that's how they can literally control the masses to not be aware of the truths of life. Even if you think, oh, if there was really something deeper going on, more people would be awake to it. There are more people awake to it, but then they control everything. You're born inside their cities and towns and you think life is only here. Outside of America, more people are actually way more awake and have way more of a sense of what life is than we think. And what America does is they paint everyone else as the villain, and most of these terrorists and most of these people outside of America, don't trust the media. It's not what you think. There's a bigger reason why a lot of people are saying death to America, but we're not even going to go that deep. Because that's all politics, and then if you don't have the spiritual eye, you're going to think I'm speaking in logical, political shit. I'm just channeling energies through any source I can pull them to get my point across. Don't get lost in the perspectives of this world. I'm speaking from a higher perspective. I'll just go down temporarily and pull information happening down here on this world to pull back up into my higher perspective. Don't get lost. All these titles, all these illusions, all this physical bullshit, they're all working for the same people. It's the elites versus us. Them draining the resources, oppressing our people, and the indigenous people of this planet, divided by language, countries, and titles, and oppressed. That's really all it is if you want to get down to the nitty gritty. Fuck all the bullshit they're throwing in your face to distract you. It's always been us versus them. And now they do everything to divide everyone who's not of the elite, so that way we're always fighting each other and we never focus on the real enemy, the people running the system, oppressing all of us and making the laws, running the corporations that are draining from the soil, draining from the planet. Now, with this being said, I let myself channel. I was just flowing. But my point of hopping on here is, again, it is February 20th, 2026 within their man-made Gregorian calendars. And it is my solar return, aka my birthday, if you want to speak in their terms. But I was not born here, so it was not my birthday. Nothing about me was created here. I stepped into this body and fell asleep just to get reawoken. I was literally the same being I am at 5. Like, if I say I was just as intelligent, that it's not giving you the idea of what I'm trying to say. I was literally exactly as I am looking at you at 5. Except I was more myself then. Because I had less toxins, less pollutants. I was less corrupted by this world in all forms. Less pulled away from the natural source I come from within. I was a lot fresher from the source I come from. Which is the real reason children all have that energy that everyone craves. I said that to say that it speaks truth to everything I speak of, but then you ignore it. But then you'll see the real effects of everything I speak of when you'll go, oh, I want to be a child again. What is it that's making you? Because it's energy. It's the fact that they came fresh from source and more connected to Mother Universe. They're cleaner souls, cleaner aura. More connected to the higher forms of energy we come from outside of this body. That fuel their body to give them more motivation, more life, more inspiration, more curiosity. All those things that makes a child look like they're full of life. Because they are. This world drains you of your life the longer you're here if you let it and if you don't tap into nature, which would actually do the reverse. You know you don't even have to age while you're here. You can actually get younger while you're here. Like if you were out in nature all the time in fresh air eating only fruits, your whole body would change and you would actually get stronger and stronger and stronger. Not weaker and weaker and weaker. Because my species are a whole different species. Now what I'm about to get into is that it is February 20th, 2026. I am 22, let them tell it. But I am not 22, my age is infinity. My soul has been here beyond any time. My soul has been here since the beginning of creation. However, the particular tribe that I hail from, that I've been discovering and unraveling and uncovering, like, because I've been trying to find my roots. So I've been, excavating, digging, doing the work. And I found out that the real name of my people, before they came and colonized us and called us Puerto Ricans, because really I'm the Native Americans. I'm the quote-unquote Native Americans, right? Because these lands are my people's lands. Like, we were on an island, sure, but were we really just on an island? My people were the people of these whole lands. They came to the islands first, on the outskirts of the big land mass. But you get what I'm saying? It's like we're probably all interconnected. Not even probably, we were. What they call the Puerto Ricans on that island, a lot of us are probably on the main landmass too. And my soul probably has connection to the land of New Jersey within, what is it, I forgot, the Lenape. I think it's the Lenape tribe. That was in New Jersey. So I have connection to all these lands within my soul. That's why I hailed right here on this part of the land. But now that I'm tapping into my roots and figuring out what I was beyond colonized terms, my people were called the Taino people. The Puerto Ricans specifically. Right? And they weren't anything they're trying to make us look like. We were dark, carbonated. Latinos and blacks are the same thing, because before they came to these lands, or any of our lands, we were literally one species, the same species, just different shades, slightly different textures, but all the same genetic, biological species. Because what I'm trying to get at, when I say blacks and Latinos are a whole different species, there used to never be a white person to compare us to. Y'all are made using our form, but y'all are animal hybrids with a drop of our blood. Genetically different. Biologically different. Y'all organs are different. This is why y'all can eat meat. Y'all can eat food. Y'all have us living in y'all ways, and it's hurting us because my people are plant-based. It makes sense because we come from the nature, the plant. We come from plants, the planet. And the whole, what's in nature? Fruits, plants, filled with a bunch of fruits and plants. Tell me why white people don't even have the biology to really break down fruits and plants the same way we do. They can eat them and it heals them and has good energy, but they don't even... They're a whole different being. They're literally animal hybrids. Now, consciously, we're all one collective conscious, and they're a piece of our conscious as well, and they were just made in an artificial way. So, really, everything they are could be changed to be put into the natural way of being a more organic being. So I'm saying, because they were just like a bunch of scraps put together, not in that way, but like more so they were crafted. So they were crafted, and they were crafted to be anything with the intent they were crafted. And after that, they could become anything after that. You get what I'm trying to say? Because they were already made in like a loose blueprint type way to where... You get what I'm saying? I mean, anything can evolve to become anything within the energy it puts into it. But my species are Anunnaki gods. Like, that's our species. We're an organic, natural species. Human beings were something that was thought up by one of our people and crafted in our image with a negative intent to pray to him, but they were just thought up and crafted. So we were basically putting a lot more real energy to override any lower vibrational energy that they were crafted with, because the real energies of nature and life, if they were to actually finally tune into it, would surge through their body and fill them with life way stronger than anything they felt up to that point. Because they were made in an artificial way with only an ego consciousness, disconnected from all of life around them. They don't really feel life the way we feel life. Like when I go outside and tap in and feel all the air and life around me, they don't feel that. Human beings, white people don't feel that. It might feel good for them to go outside, it might feel good to be in nature, but they aren't nature itself. I get directly strengthened by nature. Nature feeds me. I'm communicating with nature on levels you couldn't even understand. My whole body, skin, everything is like absorbing the nature around me. I am nature, walking, talking. I am the divine consciousness of nature, streamlined through this body. So when I say that to my mom, I'll tell her, my human being mother, that I respect you and you played a part, but you didn't create me. Like, I'll say things like that, and I'll say that from a state of, I am the energy of the planet itself, merely stepping into the body that she was elected with the divine, what's the word I'm looking for? Gift of being able to play a role in that beautiful process of creation. Like, she was basically elected with not the responsibility, because it's not even a responsibility, it's more like a blessing, but also not a blessing. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, Mother Universe chose her as a human being to... And any human being could go and lay down and mate with a god, but it's different when you actually... And it's usually white women who have the closest ability. I mean, white men can too, but I guess it's because the white woman comes from the black woman, and the feminine is the source of the masculine, and the feminine energy is the energy that we all come from. It's like the God of God, source itself, right? Which is why Satan tries to make God seem masculine and demonize the feminine and control the feminine. But feminine is literally source, the womb, creation. That's why they call Mother Nature, because she's literally like the mother, feminine, the energy of the womb, where everything springs to life. Feminine is the giver of life. You feel me? The feminine energy is creativity itself, the creator, the thing you create with, energy, feeling. The masculine carries out the intention of the feminine, because the feminine created the masculine to do so. That's why there's a queen bee, there's a queen ant, and you got all these masculine male workers who live their whole life dedicated to protecting and fulfilling the orders of the colony for the betterment of the whole colony and the queen. That whole blueprint comes from our species, but on a way higher scale. Because originally we would always, the black woman and the Latino woman was always in the throne. We were a patriarchy. Is it, or I might be mixing up matriarchy or patriarchy. You get what I'm trying to say. Whatever one is the male one, we were the opposite. Like the men would rule, but only because the woman was like the one sitting the actual throne behind the king. Like that's how our shit would work. Like the king would have all the power, but he would have to bend his knee to the queen. Because he only got his power through the queen electing him and giving him that power. And he would always respect that because he came from the queen. He came from you get what I'm saying? The female creator. So we would honor and respect the queen because we all came from her. Not literally, but in a sense. You get what I'm trying to say? Because we didn't all come from that one queen. I'm not saying that. Don't get it misconstrued. We weren't moving like these human being white rich elites, because they actually would all fuck their cousins and all. I'm not. I just had to clear that up. I'm speaking on a metaphorical, spiritual level. The king would respect the queen, because usually the queen would actually be his wife, so that he definitely wasn't born from the queen. But I'm saying on a metaphysical, divine level, the king would respect the queen, and the queen would be above the king, because on a universal level, all the men came from the womb of the woman. And our species was originally, quote-unquote, black woman to begin with. Black and Latino woman. X gene, look into parthenogenesis. There are many different species that are completely composed of females, and they self-reproduce. You don't need sperm to fertilize an egg. A black woman, let me be very specific. A black woman, not woman, a black woman can fertilize her own egg. A white woman, maybe I'm not trying to be ignorant. Like, y'all are a different species. Y'all aren't the divine thing that we are. Maybe if you could tap into that energy and divine things can happen. I'm not saying miracles can't happen, but we are the miracle ourselves. So if a white woman was to ever tap into parthenogenesis and miraculously give birth, like they tried to say with Mother Mary, you know, the biggest hell, the one they said that gave birth to Jesus without fucking no one, and that was the biggest lie, one of the biggest lies ever. Or was it, whatever one, it might have been Mother Mary or Mary Jane, you get what I'm trying to say. It's one of those female entities in the Bible, one of those white women, right? Now, if they were to ever tap into that ability, that would be them tapping into the frequency of divine that any being has the ability to tap into. Meanwhile, my people are divine itself. Like, we are divinity itself. Like, I'm trying to make a clear, distinct difference. Like, the same energy when I say they can tap into divine human beings, but we are divinity itself, is the same energy I'm saying that they are created by life. We are life itself. So-called blacks, Latinos are life itself, incarnated into this body, hailing from the highest form of consciousness, the universe. Human beings, white people, are made in this world by us. They are made by life. We are life itself. The source of life itself, directly connected to all of life. Directly connected to the fabric of reality. We are the coders of reality. We are the thing giving birth to everything around us. We give life to everything around us, literally. No, like literally. Because we are the soul, and I'm tapping into this more and more. And when I build up my life force, I start feeling more and more alive. And then I notice how it's like, I'm the generator for everything. I'm the walking sun. Just like the sun opens up and gives life to everything on a metaphysical level, like it gives life to all the plants in the planet, I'm giving life to everything literally as well. I'm a walking sun. Everything around me is feeding on my life force. Not in a good way or a bad way, just in a it is what it is way. Like the divine truth. I am the center of reality that everything emanates from. I am that I am. And within all this being said, a long story short, I didn't really intend to get all off topic. I intended it to just be a direct speaking on the Taino and my reclamation of what I'm about to proclaim, which is that from this day forward, I already had it in the works. It was building up in my soul. I was already being steered and called towards it. But now, I'm officially enacting it and speaking it into existence and spellcasting and rippling into the ethers and setting my divine intent. I am etching it into reality. I am carving it into the Akashic records. I am carving it into life. I am carving it into the ethers, forevermore to be. That from this day forward, I, Eon, am reclaiming the tribe of the Taino. Reclaiming isn't the word I'm looking for. Reviving. I am rebringing to life as the first chief of the Taino, of the descendants of the Taino. We are the Taino. I am the Taino. The Taino weren't those white-looking fake Indians that they try to make all the natives all look like. They were the carbonated beings that filled all these lands that my dad is a few shades later of. Like, my dad is dark. He's what they would call Latino after they colonized us. But what is us? Before they ever called us Latino and Puerto Rican, we were all one. We weren't black Latino. And we were all one filling these lands. And my little part was just the Taino because we had the war with them, so we banded together after having to adapt and just go into our little groups. But we never ran off groups like that. We always acted as one. So it's way more than just it being like, I'm the Taino, you're that tribe, you're the Lakota, you're that tribe, you're the Illinois Confederacy, you're the you feel me, Lenape. You're the Aztec, you're the Maya, you're the Seminoles. It's way deeper than that. We're all one. But we would just band together in certain groups throughout the land at whatever part we were fighting these people at. You feel me? Because we were no longer able to communicate with each other telepathically. So we started to adapt into physical laws. And we banded with whoever was around us physically. So that's why we started forming those tribes and groups. Because we were just worn in whatever way we had to adapt within. So it's like shifting groups, shifting sides, you know, in any type of war. It's like as the group was dispersed and let's say one giant group was on the battlefield, and then after the war was over, 3 different groups were branched, and like, you know, some of us were in the woods fighting, some of us were off on the other side of the field, and we never got back in contact with each other, and then one breaks off from the other, and then eventually, you get what I'm saying? And that's how we would become all these different groups, because we were just trying to adapt and survive. But it's way deeper than, you know, I'm the Taino, you're that. We're all one. We're not separate. But at the same time, reclaiming my divine lineage and my divine energy and my roots, we can stand within our tribes and still as one and use it within just our own energy signature to like rep our shit. Be like, yo, I come from that Taino and we're all Anunnaki gods. And that's the group I'm leading. You feel me? That's my faction. But so yeah, that's what I'm saying. From this day forward, I'm reclaiming my people. I'm bringing my people back to life. I'm going to be the first chief of many after my people start to come back to life within this divine signal that I'm shooting out into the ethers. I am High Chief Eon, the first chief of the Taino. You feel me? It is now my mission and my goal to bring my people back to life, to reclaim our ways of living, breaking away from this colonized system, and getting to living on the lands outside of the system of control, outside of money, outside of their religions, outside of their systems, their job, any way they taught us to live. This European colonized way of living. I am here to reclaim the way of my ancestors, the way of my people. We are the Taino people, and I am High Chief Eon of the Taino tribe. High First Chief Eon. Any Puerto Ricans out there? Cubans as well. I'm Cuban. So look, the Cubans and the Puerto Rican were both the Taino. Look, okay, look, let me get this very clear. Cubans and Puerto Ricans, right? Anyone within that whole, like, Caribbean type, Latino type, even some of the regular Latinos, if y'all want to come and group up with us, anyone who wants to join the Taino, to be honest, any of my people, it could be black, Latino, because we're all one. But I'm saying particularly the Puerto Ricans, the ones who feel disenfranchised, everyone looking for their roots, especially those who, you feel me, might have been, like, born in America, aren't really connected to their people like that, or just in general, all the Puerto Ricans, because they got us slaves on our own island, slaves on our own land. This is my whole point. It's like, they colonized our island, and now they turned it into, like, a tourist resort, and we can't even live on our own island. They set up the government on our island. We didn't set up our way of living. I bet you if Puerto Ricans were to take over their own island and gain independence, I'd be able to go live over there for free. I'd gain free citizenship, and I'd be able to go move to Puerto Rico. Like, this is what I'm getting at. I want us to reclaim ourselves, and I want us to all remember that we are the Taino people, and that our land was stolen from us, and we have to reclaim our lands. I want Puerto Rican independence. Even though we aren't Puerto Ricans, I'll use that title. I want Puerto Rican independence. I want us to revolt against the American government and completely become sovereign beings of our own land. But so yeah, I am because there's these fake little, I don't know if they're really, you feel me, I might be talking shit, but they look to me like they were white, fake little white woman and all these, you know, the same shit they always do, like this with the fake white $5 white Native Americans, right? They'll come and research into our history and then be like, I feel a divine connection to the Indians, and then they want to, you know, become an Indian and shit. Like, the fuck? They're like, I feel a bond to the story I'm reading. I think I'm an Indian now. And then they'll come and, like, you feel me? And I saw that with, like, basically the whitewashing and fake energy of, like, not real Taino over here trying to give a fake energy, make it seem like they're really on some shit, and they're not. So that sparked something in me when I was already finding out about the Taino, and that sparked it even more to be like, nah, move the fuck out of here. Let a real, actual Taino come in here and reclaim my people. You feel me? But so yeah, I only say first chief because I'm the first of the modern day. Like, after being colonized, after most of our people forgetting who we are, and after they said they wiped us out, okay, well, I'm here standing. I'm the modern descendant of the Taino, and I'm here to re-bring our people back to life. I resurrect. That's what I was looking for, resurrection. I resurrect the Taino from this day forward. I am High Chief Eon of the Taino. All Puerto Ricans, all Cubans, everyone who resonates with my message, all of my people, it's in our spirit, it's in our blood to be revolutionaries. Look into your people, especially the Cubans. It's in our blood to be revolutionaries. So look, if y'all feel a resonance with what I'm putting out there, if y'all feel called to the energetic beacon I'm setting off, come to the call, you feel me? I'm Eon. On a soul level, on the astral planes, nothing looks like how it's apparent in this physical. I'm channeling energy from the astrals and standing on that energy to beam that energy through into this physical. And on that astral level, that's what I mean when I say, all who feel the energetic pull of the energetic beacon that I am setting off into this physical realm. I call you all souls who have it in you, who have any form of any pull towards the truth of a higher purpose, of anything in you that feels any type of anything. When someone starts to speak against oppression, speak against the corruption of this world, speak on the levels of divinity, if any of y'all who aren't numb, who actually have life in you still, who aren't completely zombified and energetically dead from this system, any of y'all who feel anything in y'all still, and who resonate with reclaiming our people, our divine heritage, because it's more than possible. I am the living descendant. I am not even the living descendant. I am the Taino. They call us Puerto Ricans. We are the Taino. And it is my dream, my goal for us all to come together and reclaim our land and gain full independence and create our own way of living on what they call Puerto Rico and Cuba. When Cuba's already independent, but is it really? But yeah. So we're Chief Eon the Taino signing out. Ashe.